So we're back here with this 2019 Kia Niro EV, and one of our students here is going to reach in with his gloves, he's taking the cover off, and remove this. There's a little clip. It's a pain in the butt with your rubber gloves on, but we'll do the best, and then we're going to take that out. At this point, that's made an open circuit in the battery pack. That's one procedure we're going to do to make sure this car is safe before we work on it. See, this is during a class we did in December of 2024. This Kia Niro system over here is really kind of screwed up. So why don't we come over here and kind of give the audience here a little bit of idea of what we're going to be doing. So this is already off. We go to lock it back in and we're going to take the black piece, that's a cam lock, and it's going to lock it, this cable, back in up here. This is where the battery's coming out. I got a plastic tool so we don't get hurt. Once that gets done, this little black piece here, that's spring loaded. It only works when it's halfway. So if you push it all the way down, it locks it again. So be very gentle with this. Push it halfway, then it unlocks. This gray thing was the big pain in the butt here. So when we push that all the way in, it's almost impossible to release that with a plastic tool. We were able to do it. It's not fun. You're probably going to want to use a metal tool, but it's not a good idea. This is high voltage. So we're going to take this thing and we're going to put it back on this connector. So go right ahead and flip the black thing back up again. I think you need to flip that black thing up. There you go. Perfect. So we press that. Now we'll put it back in. Going in is easy, right? That goes in. The black thing flips down again, and that will lock it in place. And then this automatically put itself in the right position because it's spring loaded. But if we push that all the way in, which we're not going to do right now, it's a real pain. So when you're taking it apart, you need to move this gray piece all the way down, and then that will allow you to push in the black piece. So let's just say we push that down, right, with our little plastic tool. Good luck with that. Now, if you take your finger, go right ahead, and push on this black piece about halfway, then you'll be able to release the black cam lock. When that black cam lock gets released, which is there's no room here to work, then this thing, you'll hear a little snapping noise. Let me give you some help here. And if we can get it, there we go, and then it comes out. So take it out again. Now we want to make sure that the battery itself is disconnected. In other words, the contactors work properly. And more importantly, the capacitors have discharge. So we have a 9-volt battery. Why is that? We're going to do a live, dead live test. Right now, let's see if this thing has about 9 volts in it. Well, it looks like it has 9.40. That means the meter works. Now come on up here and hit those cables right inside here. And you'll probably see some millivolts. It's a little hard. You have to take a quick look. So I've got 9.6 millivolts. And then go back and see if your meter still works. That's a live, dead live test. We know for a fact the capacitive discharge, because I have almost nothing. Those millivolts, that was the capacitors still discharging. It takes almost forever to get to 0 volts. That's live, dead live. Now, the second thing we want to do is back probe here in the battery pack. So we've got the setup. I would highly suggest making yourself, or we sell little holders, ACDC holders, if you want to buy some from us to hold 9-volt batteries. At any rate, now what we want to do is do the live test again. Okay. Now do the dead test up here. And quite frankly, we haven't looked in this place yet. So let's take it. It's the first time we've done it, by the way. Can we see anything? Can you see some metal inside there where your probe is going to go? What do we see? Now, Kia did not make this easy. There's other cars, it's a whole lot easier to do this. This is OEM procedure. Look in your manual. This is what they're telling you to do. Okay. So now we see 1.9 millivolts come out of there, go back to your battery. And we see 9 volts, live, dead, live. Let me make a comment here before we finish the video. Before we teach this, and we're doing this live, it's a new car for us to teach with, we would have researched this already, and if we can, we want to be able to have a scope on this. And we will jury rig things, we will reverse engineer if you want, build things we would never fix the car with, but our learning would be, let's get something on here while it's plugged in, start the car up, something in the car, and make sure we see 400 volts. And know exactly how this is working before we're going to trust and believe what the OEMs say.